Yellow. Stipe Miocic is an individual you have to respect. He doesn't appear to be pursuing the sport of mixed martial art for the monetary aspect, but instead just bring pride to Ohio. Despite holding a secondary job in a division where a fight can end instantly, how has Stipe Miocic managed to evade and extinguish fire so consistently? Holding the record for the most heavyweight title defenses, the last thing to note about Stipe Miocic would be power, if even at all. What is he doing to be so consistently successful? He's not outspoken, loud, but his understanding of fighting is quite remarkable. Through this segment, I would like to bring just a bit more appreciation for the skill and technical finesse this man truly possesses. That said, thank you for joining me on this breakdown as we take a closer glance. I found this on Marshall Liam, and watch how here Stipe preemptively slips, but note how he backs away. It's subtle, but he steps to an angle away from the power hand. Then as Mark Hunt steps in to chase him, on the half beat of that step, Stipe Miocic launches a powerful jab cross, effectively walking Mark Hunt onto the strike. Then stepping towards the crotch or center line, note how Stipe is feinting to secure his range. He has Mark Hunt flinch, shell, and as he does, Stipe is securing the range to connect with his hips under him. Here, he isn't extending for his punch. He is actually moving into the space needed to punch from a balanced position. By a hair, Stipe Miocic fades away from the strike, having Mark Hunt whisk but a phantom. Mark Hunt reaching on his strike and his eyes taken off his opponent. Stipe now gains free connection for his check hook. Resetting his foot position, he now extends against Mark Hunt's window of recovery, blasting him out of potential follow-up. Here, the southpaw pawing for the outside foot, Stipe does something unorthodox to land his right. Trap and peel, the cross tries to find line without the outside angle, but as he steps in, he secures line for his jab. Momentarily to have his feet parallel, Stipe turns his body to compensate for the blow's angle. You don't see that too often, especially at heavyweight. Here, getting a quick feel for the distance, watch Stipe first circle inside, then as his opponent steps forward on the half beat of that step, Stipe, he launches himself towards the outside angle while reaching for a straight. In that moment, he's still focused, thus further, he slips the paw from the lead. When you think about this, it's crazy, isn't it? Stipe Miocic is a heavyweight, but he's executing these fundamentals like he's a much smaller man. You're seeing a pattern here as well. Stipe, with his understanding of rhythm, is consistently taking advantage of the small openings presented to him, effectively walking his opponent onto his strikes. Note also how Stipe is never frantic for the finish. He's always calm, composed, touching Mark Hunt against the openings available. He isn't rushing it. Here, even Mark Hunt, he kind of seems like he's playing possum. He's still ready to deliver that power. Level change the moment he sees the devastation sling. Timed. The takedown was handed to Stipe Miocic with almost an ease. The path of least resistance. This here is beautiful. Pairing into a jab, Stipe reaches to trap the backhand, which mitigates its threat. Meanwhile, he's just loaded up his own backhand. Note how his slip is built into the technique of his cross. From there, off balance, he's still able to leap further into an angle to avoid follow-up, while also turning his body to face his opponent. Again, Stipe is just so nimble for a heavyweight. Feinting high, watch how Stipe Miocic used the flinch to secure space. He inches towards the center line, which gives him the range to connect with his calf kick. This is too easy for Stipe. As his opponent paused, Stipe steps towards the center line, catching the jab. From there, then hops him with his own jab before exiting the exchange. Here, the moment Stipe's opponent steps into his range, he throws out his jab to catch against entry. Unfortunately, his opponent slipped the strike, but instantly, Stipe Miocic turns his jab into a frame and adjusts with an overhand cross. This here is insane. As Stipe Miocic slips, watch as he catches the jab, then uses his lead to frame off of it for his own jab. Before stepping into a powerful cross, his opponent sought to recoil and counter off that shot, but even then, Stipe Miocic was just too quick. Instantly, he slips to the outside of that follow-up. Stipe Miocic, as a heavyweight, he's just harder to hit clean. That's one of the things that makes him so very special. He's very quick for his division. Watch here how he steps inside with his lead, and the slight angle he took towards the center line avoided the jab. From there, overhand. Throwing his lead, once again, he transitions to post against bicep and ducks to avoid possible follow-up from that backhand. That hand on bicep mitigates a bit of that brunt of his opponent's check, but now, posturing back, it was an easy line for his cross, while his opponent's uppercut whisks but a phantom. As you can tell, Stipe Miocic isn't particularly a power puncher. It's just his mass paired with his sharp technique, his accuracy and timing. He often has this remarkable capacity to walk his opponents onto his strikes. That's part of what makes him so phenomenal. And of course, his calm, present mind is also the foundation needed to execute this technical finesse. When you piece a bit of this together, it perhaps signifies why he showed little concern versus someone as dangerous as Francis Ngannou. He likely thought Francis was just going to box him, and quite frankly, when you take a closer glance, Stipe Miocic's grasp of the fundamentals is incredibly remarkable, especially as a heavyweight in the heavyweight division, where the men usually don't move as quickly or with as much finesse as these smaller fighters. Instead, they look to spark you with one big blow. In that firefight, that's where Stipe Miocic is calm and courageous. Everyone at heavyweight, if they decide to sling power, will have power. And amidst that danger, Stipe, he's just calm, relying more so on the fundamentals. A hero outside the arena, an extinguisher within all the same. Absolutely. The man must be a pride of Ohio because cool, calm, courageous. He's shown up consistently, doing them justice. I look forward to his bout versus Daniel Cormier, a living legend who too has overwhelmed the competition with his level of understanding. Both of these fighters are truly brilliant, and I just can't wait. The third installment will be a tactical banger for sure. How do you believe the two will match up? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, peace.